It's time to face reality. If you're someone who struggles with sleep on a regular basis and you're doing or not doing one of these three things, then it's time to consider a change. Today I'm going to talk about 3 activities that will majorly help you to improve your insomnia conditions, but might be very difficult to do. These are also very common everyday activities that a lot of other people do and that pose no threat to their sleep. But unfortunately, if you're struggling with sleep, these things will just affect you a lot more than other people. So what are these 3 insomnia reliefs? Number 1 is minimizing alcohol. There's no question that alcohol has a negative effect on your sleep, even if you only drink a moderate or low quantity. If you're someone who struggles with sleep, you probably know this already. Whenever you take a drink at night, close to your sleep time, you might be able to fall asleep very quickly. However, you'll be waking up just as quickly and very frequently during the night. And often the next morning, you'll feel very groggy and you feel like you haven't gotten the restful sleep that you needed. This is because even though alcohol is a sedative, it tends to keep your brain in those lighter stages of sleep. And as it gets metabolized throughout the night, the dips in blood alcohol level will wake you up very easily in those shallow sleep. It also decreases the amount of REM sleep that you get, and this stage of sleep is essential for you to restore some of the cognitive functions and feel more mentally alert the next day. So having said all that, I totally understand how difficult it is to minimize alcohol or cut alcohol out of your life. I'm actually someone who loves the taste of a cold beer or a glass of wine. Whenever I go out to a restaurant, it's just so hard for me to reject a beer or a drink. Sometimes I feel like the beer tastes even better than like the food that I'm ordering. If this is you too, I suggest taking it slowly by just reducing the amount of alcohol that you're drinking and then also keeping it only to certain nights of the week and slowly drawing it back to maybe only social gatherings or special occasions. If you really want to drink, it's also better to drink a little bit earlier during the night, so about 4 hours before you head to bed, because that's the amount of time it takes your body to metabolize the alcohol. Now in my 30s, I've cut back to the point where I only get a drink if it's a special occasion or if it's a big gathering with family and friends. And the plus side is it has helped me also save a lot of money. The next big thing is minimizing caffeine. So again, this is not an easy task for anyone who enjoys coffee or tea like me. I used to give myself the excuse that because caffeine has so many other health benefits, that there's no harm in drinking it and that I should just get my brain used to caffeine intake. I would just ignore all of the signals that it was disrupting my sleep as well as my hormone system. So the truth is, and it's not fair, that caffeine may not have an effect on everyone. But from experience, caffeine has a huge effect on people who are already struggling with sleep. From many studies, we already know that caffeine delays the feeling of sleepiness by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain. It's also been shown to reduce the amount of deep sleep that you get. You might have also heard that caffeine's half-life is very long, which means that the substance will stay in your body for a very long time without getting excreted. So for some people, caffeine's half-life could last up to 12 hours, which means that after 12 hours, you'd still have 50% of what you consumed in your body. This means that if you really want to drink coffee, it's super important to take smaller quantities and also to take it as early as you can during the day. So the suggestion out there is to maybe not take any caffeine in the afternoon, but for me, I need to drink it like early in the morning, such as 8 a.m. Caffeine has also been shown to disrupt a lot of hormone functions, including cortisol, insulin, as well as other reproductive hormones. So caffeine is still something I'm personally struggling with. I try to cut back my caffeine intake by going to milder forms of caffeine, such as oolong tea or green tea. I also found that drinking decaf is a big help because for me, a lot of the addiction comes from the taste of coffee, and so a decaf coffee could still help me get through the day. And the third major insomnia relief that's hard to achieve is to get everyday exercise. If you're someone who hasn't tried this already, you have to get on the train. Getting physical exercise every day is such a key ingredient for good sleep. Whether you do it indoors or outdoors, whether it's a hard workout or if it's just some gentle movements, these will all help to improve your sleep. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise can help to increase the amount of slow wave deep sleep that you get. And exercising specifically in the morning can also help to stimulate the regular release of melatonin near evening time. Exercise will also help you to tire out your body so that at the end of the day, you're not only feeling tired in your brain, but you're also feeling tired physically so that you could fall asleep faster. Fortunately, I'm someone who's naturally more active and I'm also younger. But for people who are a little bit older or not used to getting exercise, I definitely suggest taking it slow and doing things step by step. Maybe setting an alarm to stand up a little bit instead of sitting at your desk all day. Maybe just going out for a walk around the block with your family or your dog. Or maybe just walking around the house and getting some chores done. Sometimes you really have to face that physical discomfort in order for your body to get healthier and stronger. So don't be afraid of that. I also really recommend going outside and exercising first thing in the morning because the morning sunlight will also help you to regulate your circadian rhythm. So these 3 things I've talked about today, I know are very hard to do, but if you really want to prioritize your sleep and get rid of insomnia for good, you have to tackle these 3 factors. If you think about all of the negative consequences of poor sleep, whether it's mood swings, chronic fatigue, or worse, memory or cognitive function losses, it's just a very hard life to live with insomnia. And it's honestly a lot tougher than living without alcohol or living without coffee. So I really suggest you to consider these 3 factors, or at least just to start observing how they have negatively affected your sleep. Thank you so much for watching today, and check out my channel for other insomnia related videos, and I hope you have a restful sleep tonight. Bye.